Cindy Harrison in the Zoom room, Paint with Heart Studios. I am your host, and I am also the artist, and everyone here knows that I've been painting for almost 25 years now. But if you're new and watching the replays, I want to thank you for being here as well. I am just so excited to be here. I'm losing my words. Today we're going to be doing a project called Two Truths and a Lie. And this is a project we're going to be doing today. I didn't glue it on yet, but it's supposed to be glued on there. But it is a cherry blossom to celebrate the president's birthday. Before we get going, I would love to introduce to you my bestie, Melissa Reyes.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much, Cindy. It's so great to be here. I am Melissa Reyes. You can call me Ms. Meliz or just Melis. And I just wanted to say again, thanks a lot for having me. I'm excited about Two Truths and a Lie, especially because the word for today, for this week, is truth. And you know, it's not so much about being truthful, but finding your truth. And because when we know what is true in our hearts and what we believe to be true, and know what our true passions are, then we can live a much happier life. And that is what we do here on Paint with Heart. We follow what our passions are, and we enjoy painting and spending time together because that's what our truth is. So we're going to enjoy a wonderful day of painting, and I'm really looking forward. I've got my blank supplies here, and I can't wait to start painting. I have every color today, so I'm so happy. Can't wait. Let's go.
First off, I started with the canvas panel. It's a 5x7 canvas panel, and I took a piece of decorative paper, designer scrapbooking paper, and I decoupaged it. So use your Deco Art decoupage, or use Mod Podge, or even if you have some Elmer's glue and you dilute it a little bit with water just to make it brushable, you can brush that on and then adhere your paper. Let that dry, and then I would take that glue and glue on your burlap. Now you might have to trim the edges because you want to leave about a ½ inch, I think, or let me just double check myself here. But it's like 5/8 of an inch across all borders, so your paper's showing. I had the photo place, framing place at Michael's cut this for me, so it's a little less than 2.5 by 3.5. But if you wanted to go bigger, so you have, it's longer this way and leaves less of a margin of the burlap, you could even make this longer. So that's glued on, and that's set aside for overnight. This is our little mat board, and we base coated it, I believe, with light avocado plus white or light buttermilk, right? I did light buttermilk this time, but whichever you did, you want it to be a medium to light shade of green. Take your tracing, place that on there, and now we have to trace that on. You can do it with either the gray or the white graphite. Let's go and base coat in our branch. We'll put that in first. And just the branch, so the piece down here and the piece up here, not the little stems to the blossoms, but just the branch part. And I'm going to first put in a coat of mink tan. I'm really very excited about next week's project. And it's like, I don't want to paint this one, I want to paint that one. You're muted.
That's what happens when you start getting a week ahead. She starts planning a week ahead, and her head is a week ahead.
This was so last week, Melissa.
Come back to the present.
I know, but it's so last week.
You know what's nice about the present is because you're a gift or something weird like that. How's that go?
Yes, you're a gift.
You're a gift, Cindy. I was going to say something really important. I forgot what it was.
Okay.
Oh, did everybody see the replay from that week when you included in the bloopers me shaking and dancing and
That was
doing
last week.
stuff? Did everybody see that? Wasn't that funny?
So bittersweet chocolate, I'm going to use that as a shading color. And this is that dreaded side load thing. Everybody dreads, but you know, it's not going to be a major, let's see. So I have water on my brush. I'm going to tap it out on my paper towel till the gloss leaves the brush. And really, that is the crucial, step, that if you don't do that right, then it's not going to work for you. Next critical step is lie all the hairs on the surface at all times. Don't tip your brush up so only like 2 hairs touch the surface. All hairs, all the time. It's like all-wheel drive. You know what I mean? It really is, because if you're only on 2 wheels, the car doesn't know where you want to go. Especially if you're on the rear wheels, and the front wheels are the tires that tell you which direction you want to go in, right? The car won't know where you want to go if you're only on the rear wheels. So all brush hairs all the time. And then again, all brush hairs all the time. Put it on your surface. I'm going to put it on both sides of this blossom, because the blossom would cause like a shade on the branch. Bring that down. You get into your thing, just wipe it off. Already sighing, hun?
Yeah, I'm just sighing about something totally different. Like, why does your light avocado look so much lighter than my light avocado?
Could be because I put light buttermilk in it.
Darn it.
It's okay.
I missed that.
Well, it's either white or light buttermilk. I wanted to lighten it up. It wasn't light enough for me.
I thought you were saying I thought you were saying something entirely different.
Oh, no worries.
That's what happens when you eat pizza during that step.
No worries.
Okay.
Not the end of the world. So now,
No, I know what I can do. I just do another coat with it mixed in.
That's right. I'm going to go down the right side.
Mm.
Then I'll turn it around, and I'm going to go up the right side over here. And I also pat, pull, I put it down, pull, lift up, put it down, pull, lift up. I noticed I did that too yesterday. And I know I do it all the time, but I was trying to teach a beginner, and I had to, and I thanked her for being there. I think it had only been painting, like this is only her second time painting or something, I don't know. And I wanted to thank her because teaching a beginner helps me to define like what I'm doing, how I'm holding the brush, how I'm loading the brush, how I'm executing the technique. So yeah.
All right. I think it's great because that's wonderful. So you learned something from teaching, and that's great.
Yep.
I think that we learn a lot from each other. So now you're teaching us a little bit more about the side load. And I think I learned something today about that. I'm not so sure about now. I might want to go all-wheel driving again.
Because you got to think about the brush.
No, just, well, that was a really good analogy. I don't know if now I want to try it again. I'm not at that step, but I want to try, think about if I'm doing that.
Right.
All
brush hairs on the surface all the time.
Yeah. So I think what you're saying is it took you back a few steps.
Yeah.
That's good.
It was cool.
Well, you're a really good teacher.
I'm trying. I'm taking some mink tan and I'm taking a little bit of white into my mink tan. Let me move this out of the way and I'll come back over here. So I put a little bit of white. There's a puddle of white right there if you can see it in the shadow. Woo!
No. Yes. Yes, I see it now.
See it?
Mm-hmm.
So I put my corner in that and then I put my corner in this and I made a lighter tan. If it's not light enough, add more white, but I'm going to kind of chop it up. Too much. Chop it up on the left side of the branch and a little bit down here on the bottom.
Can I backtrack a little bit? So for the 5x7 canvas, the whole piece of paper gets decoupaged onto that, right?
Correct. And if that's not light enough for you, just go add some more white to the mix.
Yeah, I think it came out nice and light. Just has to dry.
Mm-hmm.
I think it came out nice and light. It just has to dry. So, do you want to talk about the presidents? We're talking about President's Day, right?
Yeah,
So
and we are.
For President's Day, it's is it all presidents that we're celebrating? So, oh, look at my background. I put all my pictures.
Oh, you did? You put them all up, even the ones that are unfinished.
Yeah, because to me, they're finished.
That's as far as it's gonna go.
Yeah, well, actually, you'll remind me to finish it now, but that's how far I got. So President's Day is the birthdays of Washington and Lincoln, or is it okay?
Yes.
Deborah's like, yes.
Washington and Lincoln.
Washington
Yes.
and Lincoln's birthdays celebrated together, and it's always on the third Monday or something like that, right?
In between the two, yeah.
Yeah, in between the two. Okay. So we're doing two truths and a lie. And that kind of came up because of the President's Day. And we were talking about whether or not it was a myth or a legend, and whether or not it was true that Washington had chopped down the cherry tree. And we got to talking about the cherry tree because we're doing cherry blossoms. And it's also the time of year where we start seeing cherry blossoms, right? So that's how we got to thinking about that. So that would be the first one, right, Cindy?
Yeah.
Truth or a lie? And don't answer yet, but is it a truth or a lie that Washington chopped down the cherry tree? So you can say, we're not going to tell you yes or no until the very end, what should the truths or lie, but you can, make it a conversation. Is everybody else still working? Are you caught up with where Cindy's at? I can see
caught up.
You're caught up. You ready for her to go on? Okay. So I can talk while you're working on Cindy, or you can talk. So I'll spotlight you again.
So you got it. Yeah, I got it.
Oh, you got it.
Going
Okay.
to okay.
Okay, cool.
So
I'm
I'm gonna leave that like that for right now with a shade and a highlight. We're going to go on and base coat the petals. Let's base coat them in baby pink. So while we're all base coating, then you can go on with another fact or myth. But people have to, I don't know if you want to write them down or you want to, because if you get the answers right, you get points towards, the drawing next week.
I think I'll just kind of blurt them all out, and then we can review them, and then people can answer.
Oh, so you give them time to think about it? Okay.
Yeah, but don't go Googling it, ladies. I know you. You're going to be on your iPads, and you're having grandchildren go because you want. No, I'm watching you. I have my eyes on all of you right now.
I think they're too busy painting.
Okay.
So for some of these blossoms, I'm going to use the filbert brush, but if you need to use a round or a liner, you should go right ahead and do it. Okay, Melissa, go for it.
What color are we basing in?
This is baby pink.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay, so Abe Lincoln hated the name Abe. He did not like to be called Abe. And he often carried documents and papers and who knows what else in his tall top hat. And he always wore that hat. And then he wrote the Gettysburg Address on the back of an envelope on the way there. Also, Washington didn't wear a wig like at the rest of the time. At that time when all the men wore wigs, that was his actual hair in all those pictures. Also, a lot of people don't know that President Washington was an honorary citizen of France. Not only that, but he fought for the British. So he was kind of like part of every country at the time.
Actually, he fought for the British against the French.
Yeah, and then he became an honorary French. I don't get it. So, and then he never chopped down that cherry tree. But he loved to, and I don't know what this has to do with that, but he loved to dance. He could dance a jig, and he was known to dance for over 3 hours straight once. Like just could dance and nonstop. And we're talking like break dancing. No, I'm just kidding. It was like jig dancing. It was like dancing, not like waltzing or kind of standing there. He was like into it. The last thing I know about Washington is that his false teeth were made of wood, but I don't know if it was cherry wood or not.
Oh, you're funny.
So that's all the stuff I know about presidents. But there's a couple of things that I know about you, Cindy. I wanted to see if anybody could tell what was the
I
truth.
think we can only handle one thing at a time.
What? You want me to not tell you the things I know about you?
I think we can only handle one thing at a time.
Huh?
Let them ponder on George Washington for 15
All right, we'll do that at the end because I have some doozies about Cindy.
We'll ponder over George Washington.
All right, extra points for Cindy stuff.
Then we'll do that after.
Is that true, Pat? He didn't chop down the cherry tree? I don't think he did he?
We're going to answer all those at the end of the, and let everyone know, because I want everyone to have a chance to give their answer. And then if they're right, they'll get a point. So you all could actually get, drum up a whole lot of tickets.
So, and we'll go over them again, and you can tell us what you think the lie is. Okay, I'm gonna mute everybody and then unmute you, Cindy. So hold on. Okay.
So it might take a couple coats on there to get it so that it's relatively solid. So all the things that Melissa read off to you, you have to decide whether each fact that she read off to you is a truth or a lie. Because some of them are not true. But I'm not going to tell you which ones those are. And we're in about 15 minutes, maybe either she or I will do the ones about Abe Lincoln. And I bet you're all relieved that we're not asking you to give us two truths and a lie about yourselves. But if you wanted
wait, we're not? I thought that would be fun.
If they wanted to, they could.
Yeah.
They could play along and tell us two.
Kathy looks a little disappointed. I could tell she wanted to tell us about her truths and lies.
Two truths and a lie.
She's like, no, that's okay.
I mean,
have you all played this game before or heard of this game, Two Truths and a Lie? No? Mm-mm.
So the way it is supposed to really work is we're supposed to have three statements. And we tell you all three statements, and then you choose which one's the lie. No, I hate history. But anyway, so let's see. Melissa, truth or a lie? Melissa doesn't like talking on the phone.
She laughs.
Oh, truth or a lie?
Yeah.
Melissa takes naps every day. And the last one, truth or lie? Melissa has a tattoo of Elvis on her ankle. You want me to read mine?
No, I wouldn't read. Okay, go ahead. Read yours. The best thing about you right now is that we can't see you, so it's kind of like, is she telling the truth or a lie? There's no tell.
So, okay, so let's see. I have a cat named Mickey Mouse. I have an autographed picture of Elvis.
I have to paint it.
Truth or a lie? Cindy and Melissa have the same pair of socks.
Actually, I do have a pair of your socks.
Yes, I gave them to you because you didn't bring any to Nashville.
I brought one pair of socks and a pair of boots. I kind of needed more than one pair of socks for 3 nights. Okay, I think everybody's caught up.
Okay, good.
Oh, I could tell by Ruth's face. She's like, come on, ladies, let's do the next thing.
Okay, so I've got pink chiffon.
I'm psychic.
I'm going to take my number 10 flat. Probably could go even bigger than that. Let's go 12. Oh, 14. Let's do 14. I'm going to do 14 because these petals are big. And that pick up on the corner of your brush, that light color, and I'm not going to work it out too much because I'm going to come over here and do this C stroke. So I come up the side and I'm going to bring it across rather wide and then bring it down this side. If you have a mop brush, you can go in there and mop that out a little bit. Oh, sorry, jiggled. I jiggled. Okay, and you're gonna just keep doing that all the way around. If you need to go get a fresh load, do so. I'm just gonna keep going all the way around and bring it down, mop it out. Some more. I slide it up one side, it's fat across the middle, and then I slide it down the next side. Chisel. Can you see that? Truth or a lie, Melissa?
Yeah?
I once was on a bus with Donny Osmond.
Wow.
Another one, isn't it?
I'll counter. Truth or a lie? I once, oh gosh, now I forgot her name. Brooke Shields. I met Brooke Shields backstage with Leif Garrett. Brooke Shields, me, and Leif Garrett. We're all teenagers.
That would be a bomb, huh?
Oh.
Okay, how about this?
Truth or lie? You and I have both met Zach Levi. And have pictures to prove it. I guess that's true. No.
Well, we could be lying about that too.
Yeah, I guess. I'll never tell. Gosh, I hope it doesn't rain. Yeah, it just causes more congestion and road closures.
Okay, I'm gonna go across this bud like this, but I know that I didn't do it on the original one, but I'm doing it on this one. We'll go back and fix it later. Then I'm gonna do a C stroke at the tips of each of these petals. Truth or a lie? I had no way. I could not get out of LA. I could not get out of Hollywood. Could not find my way home.
You're still here? I hate this game. I don't get it.
That's because I had to. Okay, I'll give that one away. It's because I had to ask the car wash attendant.
How to get home? How to get out?
Yeah, to get out. I couldn't get out.
You know that song, Hotel California? They come in, but they can't leave.
Well, pretty much.
Okay, then. All right. So I'm going to do my big old side load thing.
Yeah. It's
So-
a Lucy side load.
Lucy. Okay. Lucy, I'm home.
Lucy. People can still order their next paint box of the month. If you order it by Tuesday, I believe I can get it to you in time for next Sunday without having to pay extra for shipping. It can go out regular mail.
Speaking of ordering something and getting it in the mail, did you all see what I got? Look what I got. And I'll sell it to you for $10 because it's not signed. Someone forgot to autograph it.
Well, maybe that one will be our anniversary giveaway drawing.
No, this is mine and I'm not letting go of it. It's very special to me, but here is a copy of a first run copy of Cindy's book, her Paint with Heart ornament collection for 2016. And I think you all have had a little part in it because these are the ornaments that we made together on Paint with Heart, and Cindy designed each and every one of these, and then she painstakingly put together all of the directions and put together this lovely book forever and ever with all of these pictures and the step-by-steps, including, I don't want to give away too much, but including, the line drawings. I'll just flip to the back. So it's very, very nice. It's a great book. It's a magazine style and size, and you're definitely going to want to get that. And it even has instructions on how to get the video lessons. So I'm so proud of you, Cindy. And I'm going to be putting in a big order because I want to get one of these for everybody I know.
That's a good deal because I'm charging $15.
Well, I don't want to overcharge anybody. No, I'm just kidding. It's very exciting.
Thank you, Melissa. Okay, so if we're ready to move on, I am going to do a little bit of some carousel pink. We're going to do 2 shadings. This is going to be the first one. And it's not going to be, this is going to be wide because you want to have it show up after you do the second one. Back to my 14 flat and wipe it through corner of that. Let's go and now this one is gonna be different. So let's hold off on doing any more on that one because I'm gonna change that up a little bit. Let's see, we'll go up to this little one. We wanna get into that base of and walk it up about halfway. This one's behind, so we're gonna walk that up there. And again, if you want to use your mop brush to soften any of this out, you can. This is the base here. I don't want to, I'm gonna walk it up the center and walk it back down. I know that sounds weird. So I'm actually tipping. This is one of those things where all rules are written in pencil. I'm gonna tip my brush up so the only part of my brush hairs that are touching the surface are the painted areas. I'm gonna come up and come down. When I come down, then all hairs on the surface all the time. So can you see how that is? See if I can pull that a little clearer for you. See how it looks like a pie wedge pizza? So I tipped it up and then I went flat down. And the next one, I'm just, you want to leave some white there from that front petal. Walk this up about halfway. Okay, I'm going to go over to this big one. And we have to establish like where the center is. So if this is the center here, then all the petals come out of there, correct? So we're going to start to do our pizza wedge. If you want to bring that up like a pizza wedge and down. And then the next one. Come up towards the middle, turn it around and come down. And they might leave little brush strokes where you start and stop, but it'll be okay. Come up a little bit and bring it back down.
I saw Lion. And remember when I interviewed Gabriella Van Ray, she told us about that movie.
Right.
And it was really good. So the night before last, we watched Doctor Strange, remember?
Yes.
Told you. And I watched that because it was the boys' choice, Leto and Roman. And I sat with them and they watched it. And it was very, action and it was like a Marvel Comics kind of Avenger movie, and it was good. I really liked it. So when I said, let's watch another movie, and we watched that one, and we chose that one, I said, are you going to watch it with me? Because it was my turn to pick one. And they're like, well, maybe. And I said, hey, I watched that whole movie with you. So they said, okay. But I knew that I didn't expect them to watch the whole movie. It wasn't going to be their kind of thing. They were compelled, both Leto and Roman. My son's 17.
Yeah.
I forgot. They watched the whole thing, and I mean, they were holding back tears at the end. It was really good. It was a really good movie. So I'm hoping that it gets I'm sure it'll get some awards. I don't know if it'll be best movie. It's going to be a tough one this year. All the movies are really good. But yeah, I think it could be best movie.
So while this dries, I'm gonna go back into that, what did we say, baby pink? No, pink chiffon. This one here, I put the pencil lines in to show the sections. So what I'm gonna do is go up one section and down so that I have a little pie wedge in the middle. And this way here, now I can go in with the shade of the carousel. I'll put that on this one. Then I'll just put it in the V, the bottom V here of the front one, and the bottom of this one on the side. But it's like 4 petals. I know that there's 5, but for whatever reasons, I only saw 4 on this bud when I looked at the photograph. And there's only 4 here too, so who knows? Okay, let's see. Next. Let's pick up some Napa Red. Go get some Napa Red. And this is going to be a smaller area. I don't want a lot of paint. I don't want it very wide across the brush. And we're going to go back to the areas we shaded before, but this time we're going to leave this color really tight to the bottom. Very tight to the bottom. And depending on how you drew the this back one on, will determine whether or not you put dark in there. I drew this one up, so really the dark on that would be underneath, behind this petal. But if you painted it down between the 2 petals, like I did here, then you're going to want to put some dark on that petal as well.
Oh my gosh, it looks so pretty, Cindy.
So thank you. We're going to do a little bit in here and a little bit there and a little bit there. And then we're going to draw these lines to separate them with the Napa Red. And if you tip the brush up on a couple hairs, it's okay for this particular area. I could go to a smaller flat brush, but I've already got this loaded, so. Now take your liner brush, wherever I did with it. Have some water. Make that paint into an ink consistency with the water. Draw it out. Add your separation lines. I think I'm going to go up the inside of this petal over here. And here is a little bit, might be a little dark right in there.
Somebody just come in.
You want to separate them, you can add this color in there. I mean, I would hesitate to do it here, but if you're going to separate this one back here, do it very lightly. So how's everyone doing? Oh, look at you, Ophelia. Let me spotlight you. Beautiful.
It's getting there.
Yeah, no, I love your branch. Yep. So the paint part on this big one is you want to soften it on the outside.
Okay.
So you have when you put the paint on the brush, have the water end to the outside of the petals and have the paint part on the inside of the petals. And that will make it softer. But yeah, it's very pretty, very pretty.
Do I go with the light pink?
if you do the light pink, you're gonna have the light pink against the outer edge and have it fade away toward the inside.
All right.
Did you add a little bit of dark to the bud?
I added a little bit of the dark, yeah, and the Napa red in here and here and here.
Okay.
And I drew the lines with Napa red.
Okay.
Let's see, Ophelia.
Is that still too much?
It looks liney to me. Like it looks to me like there's a distinct line between the light pink and the dark pink.
Right.
Does it look like that to you?
That's what I'm trying to figure out, if I go more light pink on that dark pink.
When I do my side loads and I pick up a color, I pick it up on only half of the brush, okay? It's only on one corner of the brush. And then I come down and I walk it away from where that paint, where I first put the paint down. So you always keep this side full of water. This side's always full of water and it's free of any paint. There's no paint on that corner. The paint's only on this corner. So that when I get done with this prep work over here, I will only have paint still only on that side of the brush. It might go halfway across, but it's not as loaded. And this side still only has water in it. So when I tell you to put the paintbrush down and we put the paintbrush so the paint is in the middle and the water is towards the outside of the petal. See that? So then the paint comes, I put the paint up and I swing the water end of the brush around and it comes back down. So there's never any paint on the water side, and the paint will tell the water will tell the paint to fade away. If that water end of the brush doesn't touch, the paint won't know what you want it to do. And that's how you get that gradation here where it goes from dark to medium to light. And that's what your petals are missing when you have that makeup line. It's missing that water part that fades away. Did that help at all?
You know, Cindy, it's so important to be using the right brush too. I wonder what brush everybody's using on this, especially such a small picture. Can you hear me?
Yep, I'm using a 10 right now.
No, but I mean, can we see what brush Ophelia's using?
Oh, I don't know. Let's see. Okay.
Okay.
So you got paint just on the one corner, yep.
Mhm.
Yep. And then you put it on your palette and you put the paint in the middle and the water on the outside and swing the water around. It's one of those practice makes perfect eventually. Well, here's a trick. Also, to get the paint up the middle, if you pre-wet the petal and take your round brush, I'm gonna find that. Take your round brush with some of that paint in it and you come up the middle and then you mop it out. See that?
Mhm.
So you take the brush, pre-wet that petal. Getting some of that carousel pink. And do this. Carousel pink up the middle and then mop it out. See how it fades away? So that's another way.
I have no idea if I'm doing this right.
Let me see where.
I'm getting there.
Spotlight you. Oh, pretty. Yep. Yep.
So,
Not sure what's going on with the bud. Is that just you need to erase some lines?
oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I overdrew, like I drew more than I needed to. I drew the
Okay.
whole thing.
I'm like, why does it look so dirty?
It's a mess.
Just erase the lines, you'll be fine.
Yeah. And then I wasn't watching you, so I just kind of did my own thing, which I know you love when we do that.
You're doing fine.
But then I got the idea, but I have to go back and watch and see what you did so I can fix it. But this part was really neat, watching what you did.
Okay.
How to
Yeah.
do it.
It's starting to fade away. Yep.
But yeah, but this,
We're not done with that yet. It's okay. It's mink tan plus white, and you chop it in on the left side.
look, I haven't done the white yet.
Yep, that's all.
Okay.
And then you're where I am. Deborah. Beautiful. Very lovely. Very lovely.
Okay, okay.
That's-
That was tougher than I thought.
But you did it.
I know, that's because I kept putzing, and every time you putz, it comes out different. And
Well,
Wow.
hopefully one
I said,
time.
"Stop
it comes out-
putzing."
Putzing's pretty good.
Yep, it is.
If I knew a word that rhymed with putzin.
Lovely.
Oh, look.
Lovely. Yeah, can't tell the difference between mine and yours.
No, I know.
I'm sure you can.
That is pretty nice. That is really nice.
Cool.
Because she knows those techniques. It's obvious. And then also I have to remind everybody that Cindy's showing you the one. That's not the first time she's done it.
No, it is not. It is not. How do I get back to where I need to be? There. Okay. Yeah, the only thing that I'm thinking what I did before and I didn't do yet is to separate a few of these. Decide which petal is in front and which is behind. So the petal that's in front gets the highlight and the petal that behind gets a light shade.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to separate probably these three. And then the other two, probably the other way will be fine. I'm going to do that with the carousel pink. And I changed which one was in front this time, and I made it this one. And then I'll bring this one down here. So that kind of tells you like which one's in front and which one's behind. And I just do it lightly with the carousel. If you want to go back with the petal pink and pink chiffon, I want to keep saying petal pink chiffon, and you want to bring that highlight down a little further, you can chisel that up. Chisel it up from here. Kind of, helps define that a little bit better. See? Once we're done with that, then we're going to shade that bigger blossom. The other two blossoms are pretty much done. The bud in that one. But this big one, we're going to go back in with the Napa red. I just don't want to get too far ahead of everybody.
Can you see this?
Hold it up and then stop moving for a second.
There's one I've got to correct.
Put it
Oh,
a little closer.
She zapped out.
I'm going to paint over and correct it.
Okay, put it a little closer. Yeah, it's too white. There's too much light. Oh, I see. Oh.
The small one I've got to correct.
Okay.
Can you see it?
Yep, you're getting there. You're getting there. Yep. Yep. So, yep, you're getting there. Yeah, you're not painting. Let's see what you got. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yep, you got it. You got it. Awesome. Okay. Okay. I'll move on. I'll stop talking. Now, we're going to pick up, I'm going to use my 14 flat again, and I'm going to pick up the Napa Red. Smaller area of, I'm not going to go as wide across my brush, probably a quarter of the width of my brush. And with the paint in the middle, I'm going to rotate my piece as I tap my way around that center area. And I should probably actually get right into that center area and not leave that white hole there that I was leaving.
Oh, I like that white one. I put that on mine just because I thought you were keeping it.
Yeah, well, it really shouldn't be white. It should be red. So you just have this darker Napa red area kind of that comes out of the center. Make it a little wider if you want. You certainly do not want it as wide as the carousel pink. That is for sure. You got a mop brush, go for it, mop it out. Now, the thing of it is, when you go to do these stamen, it will and will not show up, depending on, if you're gonna put, obviously, a pink chiffon color on pink chiffon background, it won't show up. So you might have to alter your colors depending on where you're gonna draw your stamen. So with a liner brush and some water, you can start by taking some of the pink chiffon, and the V is up, the solid branch is down, so the bigger blossoms on the bottom. And I'm going to start pulling out some of these stamen. And as long as they show up, I'm good. If they don't show up, I'll have to go into a different color and pull out a different color. But they're pretty good. I've got enough carousel pink on there so the pink chiffon shows up. I'm going to turn it around and do the same for that one. And this, we'll start with the pink chiffon. If it doesn't show up, I'll end up bringing in some of the darker colors. So they come up behind here. Because you know they're coming out of the center, right? So. If you want to go in just with a little bit of the Napa, and you can bring, of course, mix it with some water. And you can bring some of that Napa up just to give it a little variation. The Washington, D.C. is our East Coast cherry blossom thing.
I've seen the cherry blossoms in DC, and then they have in British Columbia. There are really a lot of cherry blossom trees or cherry trees. And here in LA too, we have I think it's Descanso Gardens has the Japanese gardens.
Cool. Okay, I did go in and put a little Napa red here and there, just to add some variation. I'm going to do a real light glaze of color, and that's I'm going to start with the carousel, and it's more water than paint. Really get it faded out, and I'm going to go right over the base of those white ones, and I guess that's not the right color. Let's go and add some Napa glaze. Less paint, Yeah, that's it. Wash just that little area where it goes into the center. And that'll set it down back into the center. I can do that over here too. Now here's the fun part. Take your liner brush, and if you want to water it down just a little bit, and you're going to go bloop, 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 bloop. Just everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. The Napa red. If you want it a little darker than that, you can mix it with your bittersweet chocolate. That makes it a nice chocolate cherry color, chocolate covered cherries. And then the calyx, the stems and calyx for these guys. Let's do that. Mix a little bit of the bittersweet with the Napa. Maybe take out a palette knife. Yeah, I'm gonna make a new puddle over here. And some of that. Always put your puddle in one, don't leave it flat. It'll dry out faster than you want it to. So always push your puddle back into a puddle. And then I'm going to take my liner brush and I'm going to go over here. Well, I'm going to add a little. I'm going to go over some of these with the darker color. But I really want my round. With the round brush, go in and paint that stem. And it doesn't have to be as thick as you traced it on. It can be thinner. I set down my brush and then I lift off. Set down my brush, lift off. Set down your brush and lift off. On these ones, I set it down and then I twist as I lift. Twist as I lift. And put a little stem right there. Then with this paint on your brush, you can add a little water so it's really inky and wash over your branch. If you have too much water, tap it out on a paper towel. Wash over your branch. And that's it. Erase your lines, sign your piece, glue it all on. If you would like the petals on this blossom to stand out more, feel free to go in and add some white to the top. And that will pop this blossom. Paints against the outside, waters against the inside on my brush. That kind of helps that to be a little brighter than the other two. Oh, Ophelia's going to show me something. I was sleeping on the job. Hold on. Oh, yes. Look at that. Lovely.
Oh, good.
Lovely. Okay, did you wash over your branch, your mink tan branch with the cherry color?
Yes, I did.
Napa
But
red?
I didn't go on too strong.
Okay, add a little bit more Napa red,
Okay.
a little less water. Not so much you can't see your highlights and your shades, but that it tones it to a reddish. But
Okay.
otherwise than that, yes, that's beautiful. And then you'll glue this, you'll sign it and glue this onto your burlap. See, that color looks much better on that burlap. This was too blue. I mean, it's not a bad color, but it was too blue next to that. So that's why I think this is a much better color. One by one, tell me, Abe Lincoln hated the name Abe. It's true. He didn't like it. President Lincoln often carried document papers in his hat.
True.
Yep, you're all right. President Lincoln wrote the Gettysburg Address on the back of an envelope. Melissa?
Lie.
He didn't write it on the back of an envelope. He didn't.
That's one of those myths, urban myths or whatever.
Right. Okay. Let's see. Washington didn't wear a wig like the rest of the men at his time. It was actually his own hair in the pictures that we have of him. True or lie? It is true. It was his own hair. He just had it powdered. Let's see. Truth or lie? Washington never chopped down that legendary cherry tree.
That's true.
Okay, you're all right. Let's see.
True that he never did.
He never did. Washington loved to dance and once danced over 3 hours straight. True or false, Ophelia? It would be true. They said he loved to do the jig. There was a bunch of ones like Virginia Reel and all these other ones they named off. But yeah, he just loved to dance. Okay, let's see. Washington's false teeth were made of wood. It's false. They weren't. I think they were porcelain, right, Melissa?
Ivory.
Ivory.
And they were so
Somebody's were wood.
Yeah.
They weren't.
They were so stained that they looked like wood, and a lot of people thought they were made of wood, but they were made of ivory.
But somebody's were.
It is. Okay, so now. Okay, I have a cat named Mickey Mouse. I do. I call him Mickey Mouse. He's a tuxedo cat.
Mickey.
Where is he?
I don't let him in my studio. He'll leave black everywhere.
He goes right up to the camera when we're talking.
Yeah, he loves Melissa. Third one. Oh, I have an autographed picture of Elvis. I don't. I just have a picture. I don't have it autographed. Okay. Let's see. Melissa has, what did I say? Where is it? Oh, Melissa doesn't like talking on the phone. She hates talking on the phone.
I hate talking on the phone.
I tried calling her. She won't pick up the damn phone, but she'll text me.
I talk a lot, but I don't like holding the phone.
She's like, I can't talk right now. And she starts texting me. I'm like, come on. Okay. Melissa takes naps every day. Yes, she does every day. Faithfully.
Sleep.
I remember hearing her say that.
Okay, so Melissa has a tattoo of Elvis on her ankle. It's false. She doesn't have a tattoo of Elvis. She does have tattoos, not of Elvis. Okay.
I should get a half a point.
I know.
I should get a half a point.
I tried to get Cindy to get a tattoo of Elvis with me when we were in Nashville, but she wouldn't do it. I couldn't even get her to put a fake tattoo on.
I did. I put a fake tattoo on and you didn't. So there. Was there any more, Melissa, or are we gonna just end at that? I did say other ones, but I can't remember what I said. Remember, I told you I wouldn't remember.
Well, I don't know. About you?
Because all the things that I remembered to tell you were pretty much true.
You wanted to tell a lot more.
Nah, this is fun. It was just fun just to play along. I thought.
Okay, it's fake history anyway. So here's a bonus question for you, Ruth. You've been paying attention lately. Truth or lie? I'm saving all these eggshells for a project that we're doing.
Where?
All
You mean us? Oh, true.
There you go. Give her a point.
There you go. One more point for
And
you.
it still didn't help. Still didn't help.
Well, yeah, you got 5 now.
I can remember what I was saying before.
Not impressive.
Oh, it was, do we both have the same socks? Well, we told them, yes, we do.
We do. We do. Not only did we have the same socks, coincidentally, then we went and bought another pair of socks to match.
On purpose. The
On
same,
purpose.
on purpose.
And I still have a pair of your socks.
Oh, true or false? True or false? I was on a bus with Donnie Osmond.
Oh, right.
I was in Hawaii.
The same bus with Donnie Osmond, and he was on a bus in Hawaii?
Yeah, the bus was, it was a shuttle bus.
Look-alike.
It was a shuttle bus taking us from the airport, the rental car place to the cars. And yeah, I was talking to him. I'm like, oh, so where are you from? And he's like, oh, where are you from? And yeah.
Aww.
And then he realized the bus driver came running on. Oh my God, it's Donnie Osmond. Can I have your autograph? And he felt very self-conscious, and he left. And I'm like, well, I didn't do anything. I wasn't gonna chase. I was with my husband on our honeymoon. I'm not gonna chase you down.
Oh my gosh, how
How
fun.
about you? Truth or a lie, Melissa? That you once met Brooke Shields and
Brooke Shields and Leif Garrett, they were doing a special, like a TV special or something that they were shooting at NBC Studios when my sister was working there, and I got to be backstage when they were there, and I got to meet them.
cool.
So, yeah, and it was just when Brooke Shields was doing a lot of movies and stuff. Like that was back in the day when she'd just done her first movie. So
They were
it was
like teenagers.
Endless Love Time.
Yeah, they were like teenagers.
Oh yeah, they were both on every magazine. It was huge, and it was like the bush. I had the same bushy eyebrows and the hair, and I was like the big. That's Brooke Shields. It was really exciting. And the Garrett was a heartthrob.
You're crazy wild.
Yeah, that's fun, and same age and everything. And then I met Leif Garrett again years later, like when we were in our 30s, and I was like, I remember meeting you when we were teenagers, and that was stupid. Why do you say stupid things like that?
Truth or a lie? That Melissa and I both have pictures with ourselves with
Zach Levi.
Levi.
Do you guys know who that is? Zach Levi? Okay, so what's that show he was on?
I don't know, but
All right, so it's a coincidence that we both met this
actor.
that my son and husband think is awesome, and they've watched every TV show he's ever been in, and her daughter loves him and has seen everything he's ever been in, and we met and
He
found
kissed
out
Betty White at her 90th birthday party.
he's actually really popular. If you saw him, you probably would know who he is.
Big Bang Theory? No,
that's not who. He was in Chuck.
Chuck. That's what it was.
And not a lot of people have seen that, but he's been in a lot of other things too. But anyhow, I met him and interviewed him, and I have pictures of myself with him, and Cindy has met him and has pictures of herself with him, and we found this out about each other, and it's really funny because I'm like, I've got my picture with him, and she's like, I've got a picture of myself with him too, and it was really weird. That's before we met each other. Of all the people out there.
But she's like, but I actually sat with him and spoke with him. Go check it out on my website, on my YouTube channel. I'm like, oh.
Well, had you known, you would have probably interviewed him too. I don't
No,
know.
no. We waited till the last. We were in New York City, and he was doing a play. We waited. Everybody left on purpose, so we were the last people with him. And he said, "You can ask me to do any face you want. So any look you want me to give you when you snap the picture, I'll snap the picture." So my daughter got up there and told him she wanted a certain. Of course, you got to be a Chuck fan. Told him a certain face, so he did that face, and she did a face, and we got pictures of it. Well, then while they're checking those pictures, I said, "Okay, I'll have my picture taken with him." I wasn't gonna because I don't really. I said, "But I'll do it." So I get up there, and my girls are looking over their camera to make sure their pictures came out, and I'm like, "Come on, girls. Come on, Katie. Take a picture of me." And he goes, "Yeah, Katie." He goes, "Katie, come take a picture of us. Hurry up, Katie." And she's like, "Oh my God, he said my name."
Dying. She was like, she was in love with him.
She just loves him, and every birthday she'd say, "All I want is Zach Levi for my birthday. Just give him to me for my birthday."
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
So yeah, he said her name like 2 or 3 times, and so they took a picture, and he was a really nice guy. Really nice guy.
He's
So he was a
nice.
really good actor. The play was really good. I think it was like First Kiss or First Date or whatever. We saw him in 2 different plays in New York City, and both of them were good. So yeah, but it's crazy wild. So, well, thank you girls for playing with us. I thought it was fun.
It was.
A lot of fun.
So we're gonna spotlight Melissa.
Really?
Yeah, you're gonna say your goodbyes, Gracie.
Okay, I hate to say goodbye, but how about see you all next week? And thank you for being here on Paint with Heart. And I really enjoyed making I can't find my thing. Where's my little, oh, I'm missing a part, but oh well. Making my cherry blossom thing that now looks like a starfish. You know. But it was still a lot of fun, and thank you so much for being here for our 2 truths and a lie. And remember, all week long, this is the theme is truth, and live your truth and be true to your values. And remember to always paint with heart and know that our friendships are here and in support of each other, because we are being passionate about what we love and who we are, and you're not alone in this world. So thank you. Does that make any sense? I hope so. Thanks, Cindy. Edit that out later.
Thank you, Melissa, and thank you all, ladies, for coming. And yes, and know that you are part of our family now. We are all, as my daughters say, Ohana, and we do miss those who couldn't be with us today. There was several of you that I know in the replay that aren't up to speed, aren't well, or have other commitments, and just be known that we did miss you today. So for today's lesson, 2 truths and a lie, I hope that you do it on replay if you missed the live performance. And so until then, I think that we had a wonderful time today. Thank you for playing our Truth and Lies game, and I think it was a lot of fun. And I hope to see you next week. Until then, remember to always paint with heart.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.